Susan stands on the platform, dazed and confused. Thoughts come up. Language learners build on a history of auditory oral learning at home, but also with their peers and other adults. If there is little culture of talk at home, when communication with peers is texting and creative abbreviation or adapting to group lingo, what happens to language learning? When linguistic mistakes occur, they might become patterns and even an accepted norm. Susan's daydream continues. This context could ask to develop a new teaching culture and create an environment for constructive talk. A possible grammatical error discourse might benefit from revision. Rules can be interpreted, strategies could prosper through flexibility, articulacy and literacy could grow through dialogue. Susan is positively surprised by her own train of thoughts. And then she wakes up. Train. Had she scared her students away? She thought that she had given them a good time. But now, where to start? She walks up the stairs of the station asking people coming down if they had seen a group of students coming out of the station. Some of the people ask her quite sensible questions like, how many students, how did they look like, where did you want to take them, what happened on the train and what happened next, when did you lose them? Susan realizes that these were good questions. They let her think aloud about her actions. Her answers were followed by new questions and a story unfolded. She had heard once about narrative coaching, and this was probably how it worked. Open questions like this help exploring actions from cause to effect. It was not unpleasant at all, and while she is thinking aloud, she is even able to discover a pattern in her own behavior. She was so focused on educating and offering solutions that she had not asked her students where their problems or mistakes originated from. Susan comes out into a square. Although the questions had given her some insight, she still has to find her students. She looks around. A lot of people, but none of her students. She discovers a police station on the other side of the square. She crosses over and enters. Behind the reception counter, there is an elderly policeman with a friendly face. He reminds her of a teacher she once had. The name tag of his uniform says Sergeant R.F. Burl. She tells her story. The man nods understandingly and starts interrogating her in a friendly, stimulating way. Could she maybe substitute the destination, combine one methodology with another, adapt approaches, magnify students' experiences, put smartphones to another use, eliminate or simplify complex rules, and reorder her opinions? She cannot answer all questions immediately, but her creative thinking is ignited. I'm beginning to see new possibilities. I can almost see the point where I can meet my students again and continue from where we left, she says. The officer smiles. If you want to get closer to your students, go up to the first floor. There's our art of hosting practitioner. She can help you further. Susan thanks the man and walks to the door. She hesitates a moment and thinks back of what she had experienced. Grammars are important and their rules determine a play field, but do they determine the game entirely? What if I started asking questions to my students that elicit stories of mistakes and deconstruct them together? Story eliciting questions help to improve structured thinking. Letting people think aloud helps to externalize problems and to understand thinking processes. When I'm asking narrative coaching questions, I'm still facilitating and not controlling. There are alternative strategies to get rid of mistakes. What if I taught my students how they can coach each other? They could find out alternative strategies together. I could learn from that too. I'm getting close to finding them back. Maybe some good hosting will help.